How's it going, everybody? Well, I didn't think I'd get as much support as I did last video. I got 11,000 views to the date right now. I'm just moving some trailers around and scraping some driveway up. I just moved our loader tractor from Connecticut up here last night. So we are now doing things we could do with the loader. Luckily, we had the gator here, so I'm gonna slowly back this trailer up around here. We parked this trailer under our slurry store unloader. It seems to work well there, and it's just out of our way. We don't use it, of course, so well, not yet at least. So we're just gonna park this one here. The cattle trailer kind of goes good, so. And then the other gooseneck's gonna go there. That snowmobile trailer I just showed, that is not ours, it is Uncle's. So that might only be here for another couple of weeks or so, because we don't need it anymore. The movers are in Connecticut right now, moving stuff out of our house, and they're apparently coming today to coming up here, and then they're gonna drive back home. I don't know how that's all gonna work out, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. So here's our cattle trailer. It's a 16-foot, I think. It's not huge, but it's not small. It works well for us. We don't have any animals, so it will work for now. I didn't pay too much for it. I paid about probably an eighth, well, about 100th of the price of a new one. Yes, it's steel. I want an aluminum trailer. But that is not in the budget, and the budget's pretty slim. So, and I don't move enough animals to justify it, although I'd like to. We're gonna figure out how to get this, because I gotta hold this piece up here. But I'm by myself, so I gotta figure this one out. So now we are officially moved in. We've been here for, I think, 3 weeks now. Picked this up first week I was up here. I brought that home last night. Got that delivered on a lowboy with a couple other things. Hay wagon's getting built. We got some junk in here from one of the trailers. This got delivered on a lowboy. We're gonna jack the cab up. I'm gonna do some lines from. Oh well, we're not done yet, but I'm gonna take this bolt out here. Same on this side, and those two up under there. Jack the cab up to get the fuel tank out. Well, the fuel tank wouldn't come out, so we had to take this plate off, and we still couldn't. We had a jack. We couldn't get high enough, so we had to take the valve cover off just to get two lines under here. There was one that was bad, and you can see the one I'm pointing to there. We did replace that one because it was under there, and I am not doing this job again. It was not pleasant at all. So we're gonna hope everything went back together good. Here's all of our tools. Yes, we have a toolbox. No, it's not going on this dirt floor. It is too good of a toolbox to be doing that. So we're working out of bins in my bench right now. It works. Kind of got just stuff. We move this around, put the wheel on. I went to go put the hitch on. Well, I couldn't find the hitch, so I called the trucker in the dealership. They said, oh, we don't know where it is. And they thought it was in the baler. Well, I didn't check. I checked all the compartments, but the back one, not the baler, not the twine box. This box here is the New Holland sign. I forgot about that box. There's too many boxes on this thing. So that's gotta get bolted on. I don't even know where it went. Yeah, not much else has changed. We're gonna go fix the fence right now, so I'll catch up with you in a minute. We got our speaker set up. That was a definite oh, it was a mess. We were using a little radio and you couldn't hear nothing, so now you can work in style up here.
Come on. Come on. Quite a bit of grass out here.
Would be good to get it up a little bit more.
Yeah. Just keep moving them back and forth.
Yep.
Come on.
Come on, cows.
Come on. Come on, Brandon. Come on.
Moving the cows from this pasture. There's 2 calves over there. And
If you want, come on.
working them across.
We'll be here.
They haven't been over here yet, so they're just sniffing it out. And the pasture goes from that over there, kind of down by the wagons. Don't break the gator. So here's a typical cow thing. Get on the highest point you can get on and show your dominance. I'm not really sure why they do it, but they just always got to find the highest point. And the concrete yard, of course, it's pretty flat. But that was the shop before. None of this stuff was here, I don't think, when I took a video. Well, maybe some of it was, but that got up here. This is our wood processor. Forks and hitch. Hay elevator frame. We gotta get the hay elevator up. The plows were here. Here's 4 of the cows. We got 2 steers and 2 heifers. This is the Holstein bull calf I have. He's a steer. And there's one of our heifers. It's, I think, May 10th right now. We should be thinking about cutting hay maybe the end of the month. I got one of my wagons built. That's our forage wagon. It's kind of a feed wagon. We use it for the chopper. That wagon has to get built. We were just waiting for the loader, and now that I have it, I gotta build it. That wagon in the back I just picked up down the road. So we got some wagons left to do, and the wagon that was up at the barn, our wood is in. I gotta go pick it up from the sawmill down the road. So yeah, we're moving along. I scraped this up too this morning. I fixed the driveway. There's some potholes over there, and this was bad. This lip here, and then I fixed this part of the driveway. So that's what I did this morning. Fixed some fence. Got the cows out. They are happy on green grass. We're trying to do some rotational grazing. They were over here for, I think, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And we're gonna leave these calves over here because we want to give them some grain and maybe they'll grow a little better by themselves. They're not really fighting for feed. We don't really have that issue, but we're gonna try to see how they do away from our bigger cows. They aren't bigger. I think Belted Gal was 1.5 years. The Hereford orange one, that steer, he's about 1.25 years. She's about 1 year old. She's a couple months old. And these 2 are a couple months old as well. So I have the dates, I just don't remember off the top of my head. I should. So we decided we're gonna build the other wagon today. Like I said before, we're still waiting on this lumber. So we're gonna do that. Tomorrow we're planting corn. I think to grow when our fertilizer is coming in. I just picked up our corn seed yesterday, so we're trying to park our wagons here in a line. This is like the best place to actually turn them around. So we gotta spray probably next year. I think we're gonna try to spray most of the dandelions out. So I wanted to jump in the video here, and so we did get the wagon together. We do need a couple more bolts for that. We did work on the elevator today, and it is all together. We have 2 more bolts we have to fix. We farm fixed it together right now, so it will stay. So we have to go get a couple more bolts from the hardware store for the wagon and the elevator. The cows are in the pasture. They're doing good right now. The elevator, when we bought it from the farmers. We didn't test it. We just kind of figured it'd be fine. It was reversed. So basically you had the motor at the top of everything. Terrible. We didn't know that, so we started it up and it was just backwards. And then we had to flip the chain over, busted link, flip it over, reverse the wires in the motor. That was a mess. Got that dialed in. I have to weld a little bit more on the frame, and I ran out of flux core wire when I was welding on at home. I had the frame. We scrapped our old elevator. It was not a skeleton. It was one of those box ones, but it never fit the bales on right. So we just decided to go with a skeleton. They had this one here. It's a 20-footer. We want to go bigger, but it's just on the list of things. You know, money only gets you so far. So with that, tomorrow is not May 11th. It is May 13th tomorrow. Today's May 12th. We are hoping to put corn on the ground. We are still waiting on fertilizer. So like a week ago, or about there, me and my dad, we had to narrow the corn planter up to from 36-inch rows to now 30-inch rows. So that was about a half a day project there in itself. It really wasn't bad. The worst part was probably the fertilizer discs. One of them was frozen, the bearing, so we had to take it out and drill rivets out. Well, we didn't have our drill press here. That was its own story in itself. Well, we got it all figured out. Not a big deal. We replaced some of the bolts, and it is good now. So hopefully next clip you will see me planting corn, or my father will be. We did put no-till coulters on that planter, so that combine corn, we hope it all goes well. So we did make it out, and we're starting planting today. We just saw corn seed, fertilizer, we picked that up this morning. The loader off the tractor. It's easier to see without it. Put the graphite in there. We're running 15. The fertilizer plant did not have any bulk bags. 19, so we just got bags. We're prevent seed this year. We're gonna see how it goes. So we should be ready to go. We changed some sprockets on it. We had stuff for corn, sunflowers, so we switched to corn. So 31,000 population, should be right in the middle of where we want to be. So we're gonna see how it goes. So we made it out to the cornfield. We started planting up there. We're setting a couple things up. He's up there right now. Our fertilizer wasn't not dropping very well, so we adjusted that, and so we're setting that up right now. The no-till coulters, we kind of didn't have them adjusted great, so we kind of had to adjust that so they would be not too much pressure down, but they would be enough pressure down to cut through this corn. Working on little Quirks out. I'm gonna go up and see what he's doing right now. We got 12 acres to plant. We're not gonna get it done today. It's around 1 o'clock right now, so we should be able to get done by tomorrow. We're really not in a rush. We just want to make sure we do a good job. We don't have many acres to do. We just want to get a good seeding down and have a good crop this year. After I chop this, I plan to try to put hay into it. Plant it down in a hay field. I'm going to plow it, disc it, and get a no-till seeder. I know you can no-till right into the corn. I don't know if you can with the seeder, but this here is going to go into corn next, we think. We're really not too sure yet. We're going to play it by ear. We know this field over to the left of us, as we call a tail, it does get wet. It gets wet when it's wet, but once it dries out, it's completely dry. The neighbors just got a little pond up there across the field, so it kind of drains down in. So May 13th right now, corn's going in the ground, and hopefully we can get this planter figured out. Off he goes, the 2-row planter. We're just going to check our seed depth here. We think it's doing pretty good. You can see our fertilizer is dropping in. Having a little trouble finding seed. But it's down there somewhere. So we are getting pretty good placement. The soil is pretty good. It's a little moist, but it's not soaking wet. You can see I did more over on that end, but I did chop the corn stalks here. So I came in here with a flail chopper and I chopped up here. I can do 3 passes at a time, but when I was using it with the big tractor, I didn't really think it was worth it. And we were getting a lot of this. I mean, you're just getting a stalk like this and it's just pushing it over. I don't know how much different that is compared to a stalk that's standing that I didn't do anything to. It might benefit the loader tractor because we don't have to, per se, well, ruin the tires on it. Although my front tires, I do need to get replaced. So we're going to see how that goes this year. We're not going to get this combined. This is actually going to be silage corn, and we're going to use it in the bigger concrete silo for the back or the front barn. So we're going to see how that goes too. We got our forage blower. We haven't used it yet. I actually picked it up and I just put it in the shed, so we haven't even looked at it yet. We have to go through it, but that's the end of the season job. I have a Myers forage wagon that I do have to go pick up from my uncle's place. I said I was going to pick it up, but I never did. So here it comes now. You could see he is now not on chop corn. I did not chop any of these up. One of the tires is running it over, the other is sitting right on the edge of the seed bed of the other one. So you can see he's basically straddling this one row here, putting each row on each side of the plant here. This spot's a little weedier. That ends right there. So basically just dropping right between the rows, and hopefully these will help take weeds out. Well, not take them out, but shade them out. And then once the corn is up, we won't have to spray as much. We are putting pre-emerge down this weekend, and we will be spraying for broadleaf. Whatever's out here, we're gonna just spot spray. We're not gonna spray the whole thing. There's no point. So it's probably gonna only be maybe 50 gallons in the sprayer and just hit it light. So spots. So we're on the planter now. We're planting about maybe 4 miles an hour. Not very fast. Doing a pretty good job. Takes a bit of while to get around. They planted this with a row planter before. So there's 16 rows on the headlands, and I am on row number 12. That's fast me 14. I got 2 left, and then we got nice up and down rows for what they're worth. They are nice and long. I am ready for that. This is getting boring. I've been doing it for like 2 hours now. Yes, it's slow, but it gets the job done. I do not have all that fancy schmancy precision planting, exact emerge, everything you got on your nice $400,000 planter. I have my nice $4,000 planter. I did not pay $4,000 for it, but that's about what it's worth. So I don't have what you have, but it gets the job done. It will put hay, well, corn in that silo up there, just as good as yours will. It will grow just as good as yours will, and it's a fraction of your price. So we're going to help you out. Basically, just sitting on this row here. It gets a little funky here because I'm going straight. They curved it. I don't know why, but they curved it. So we're gonna keep going straight. Cut these rows off. Follow our row marker right there. That's our other seed bed. So we're gonna follow that right down and cut right across. So I dropped the planter over there, and you can see kind of our issue. This does not slide correctly, and this bend in the hose is not what it's supposed to be. So I gotta bend them back every time. This one is not so bad, it's a little looser. We did loosen it at the beginning of the day when we started, so that's not as bad. You can see. Now it's not overflowing. It's just quick fix. Looks like you have some bigger rows. So I don't really have to get off that much right now. I'm kind of in this short section. They're working with their end rows, and it's kind of weird. Like, the guy must have went down this road at the end and then started his long passes. Kind of weird, but it's working out. I'm just gonna follow what he did. It's almost auto steer because that's what they use. I know they didn't use on the end rows because I can see where the end of the 8-row planter is, but it's working well for me. I have never planted corn before. My father has. I've planted other things and I've done field work before, but I've just never planted corn. So I just finished up from about here. I didn't do all this stuff. From here over, outside rows are done. I broke this off. So what I just did is I stuffed it down here. And on these nice long rows, it kind of just sits there. It dumps. I can tell when it's overflowing or this is plugged because it dumps out of here. As well as the other side. The other side does have a little issue now. So, not a big deal. Excited. Before I start, let me fill up some fertilizer. Quite a bit of seed left. Should be able to finish it all. We just have from here to there. I mean, I say from here to there. That's a lot for a 2-row planter. This and the outside rows probably. I'm probably into this for about 3 to 4 hours right now. I don't think I'll finish today. Who knows? I might be able to. I would like to. Because next week, next Monday, I am starting and working for a farm down the road. We are cutting haylage next week. By the sounds of it, I will be mowing, so you'll get some good mowing content. I don't know what else I'll be doing. I have not started my first day yet, so I know he's seen my other video. So if you're seeing this one, how's it going? I hope you're enjoying it. I talked to you on the phone for about an hour, and then I lost cell service. So we're doing bulk bags or not bulk bags. We're doing regular bags this year. We wanted bulk bags. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I thought our fertilizer hopper was a little bigger, and I took the loader off, of course. So I would have to use like 5-gallon pails or whatever to. It would have been a nightmare. I did pay more for these. Not much more for what it's worth. I think for me, it's probably easier. I'm down here by myself. My father is doing something now. He was watching me for a little bit. So we ought to get going more again. I think we got probably, I might be able to see a little better. Probably got 5 acres left. I know this isn't a big chunk here, but it is compared to this, and then the outsides.